Yay. Returning a return number record.
There you go. Does that go for the downstairs one? Yeah. Once you get down there for you. Oh no, I thought you went like this. Right here. This one's down for downstairs.
thank everyone for joining us today to celebrate this momentous occasion. Let me remind you to turn off your cell phones and please refrain from talking loudly so that each graduate's name can be heard. Before we begin, I'd like to direct your attention to the floral arrangements on the stage. These beautiful bouquets are a reminder of those who are not with us today. I'd like to ask everyone to join me in observing a moment of silence to remember those students, alumni, and friends of WSC who passed on in the last year. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony.
Students, faculty, members of the stage, please be seated. Welcome to the Spring 2017 commencement at Williston State College. I want to give a special thank you to Crystal Hotchkiss, Clay Sponable, our community band members, for getting Williston State ready both inside and outside to host this event. Everything looks great today. Today we are celebrating the 56th commencement. Thank you all for joining us for this important occasion. I'm glad that each of you, family, friends, faculty, college staff, and especially our newest graduates, are here today. I'd like to introduce the members joining me on the platform. Please remain standing as I call your names, and if you would, hold your applause until I make all introductions. Kim Wiseman, Faculty Senate President. Kaylin Bondi, Vice President for Student Affairs. Pete Furseth, Foundation Board President. Valerie Fisher, Director of Adult Education. Neil Westergaard, our faculty speaker for today. Kathleen Nessett, representing the State Board of Higher Education. John Cole, our graduation speaker today, and Terry Olson, Director of the Williston State College Foundation. This time, I'd like Martin Furseth to come up to the stage, please. Martin, upon recommendation of your peers and with the approval of the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education, I hereby confer on you the rank of Associate Professor with all of its rights and responsibilities pertaining to that academic rank. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing our newest Associate Professor, Martin Furseth. I'd also like to recognize Williston's Mayor, Howard Klug, who I know is in attendance today. Howard, thank you for joining us. Former faculty and staff from Williston State College, would you please rise, please, here in the crowd? Former faculty and staff. Thank you. You honor us today with your presence, and we appreciate your service to Williston State College.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our 2017 faculty speaker, Neil Westergaard. Neil was born and raised on a farm in central North Dakota. He completed degrees from Minot State University and the University of North Dakota. He began teaching his career in 1967, where he spent 16 years at the secondary level in Rugby, Minot, and Drake. He began his employment at Williston State College in the fall of 1989. During his time at WSC, he was a classroom instructor, teaching chemistry and human anatomy and physiology. Neil's major accomplishments include helping his wife raise 4 successful children and watching 8 grandchildren grow. He's enjoyed assisting and encouraging students to reach their academic goals. He's also enjoyed guiding the development of WSC's distance education program and assisting in the development of various academic programs. Neil has enjoyed being a part of the teaching profession for over 44 years and has been at WSC for the last 28. Please help me welcome this year's faculty speaker, Neil Westergaard.
Good morning. This is not church. You can speak back to me. Thank you, Caitlin. Platform guests, faculty, staff, spouses, parents, and graduates. Welcome to commencement exercise for 2017. Can you hear me? Now, I'm a teacher, so there will be a quiz. Not just for the graduates, for all of you. 3 questions. So you have to pay attention because I'm going to sneak them up on you, and they won't occur at the end. They're going to occur in the middle sometime. That's if I remember them, okay? I would like to thank the faculty and staff at Williston State for giving me the opportunity to represent them today. After I accepted this invitation to speak, I realized that I'd only given 2 speeches in my life, and I never was asked back again. And nobody volunteered to pay me $600,000 to speak either. So, I just want to give you fair warning of what you might hear. If this were my chemistry class and I was talking about the periodic table or naming, writing formulas and balancing compounds, or this was my anatomy and physiology class and we were talking about blood flow through the heart or the pH of blood, I feel very comfortable. Oh, quiz question number 1. This is for my students, past and present. What is the pH of blood? Very good. You will pass after all. Thank you. I would like to give particular thanks to the parents and the spouses and all those people that have supported these graduates over the last couple of years. Your support has been vital to their success, and I'd like to thank you for that. I would like to also hope that we have provided the skills and knowledge that you will need as you move on to your next goals. Now I'd like to talk to you graduates for a little bit. We're sharing a special day today. You have completed 2 years of work and you're ready now to move on to your next endeavor. And whether that be further education, whether that be additional training, whether that be moving into a new career next week, or whether you just got a degree for the fun of it. For me, this is a special day because this marks the end of my formal teaching career. So we both made a milestone today. But we also share something else come tomorrow. And that we're moving into a very exciting world. And a world that's changing at a phenomenal pace. Buckminster Fuller calculated that knowledge doubled about every 100 years up to the year 1900. By the year 1945, knowledge was doubling every 25 years. Today, knowledge doubles every 12 months, 13 months, excuse me. IBM is predicting that knowledge will double every 12 hours in the near future.
I thought about that means that when I go to bed at night, wake up the next morning, I'm only going to know half as much as I did when I went to bed. And at this age and how much I forget, I'll probably only 1/4 as much as I do when I went to bed. So that after a week or two, when I get up in the morning, I won't know anything. Frightening to me. But it does mean something for you. And that this education process will be a lifelong process. And there will be changes occurring all the time. There will be new jobs coming out, new careers coming out that don't exist today. By the time you're in the workforce, you will find you have prepared yourself for a particular job. Next year, there may be a totally new career field out there that you never heard of before. It's exciting. I was just thinking that I started teaching 49 years ago. I haven't taught that many years, but I started 49 years ago. And I was just thinking of the changes that has taken place. When I started teaching, we sent the first man to the moon. Color television came into our homes. And I know some of you are thinking, didn't we always have color television? We had the microwave. And there was life before the microwave. I remember a friend of mine demonstrating a microwave in my house in 1969. He was showing me how he could cook a wiener in 1 minute. And I thought, we're dumb. Who would spend money on something to cook a wiener in 1 minute? Little did I know, everybody's got a microwave today. We saw the first heart transplant in 1967. Today, some of you may have had a heart transplant and nobody talks about that. It was world news. In 1969, I had a student in my class who went to the National Science Fair with an idea about a phone in a car, a portable phone in a car. He didn't win, but an idea. By mid-1980s, we had the car phone. Kind of bulky and everything else. In 1979, we saw the first computer in our homes. But I think that the change, the tool, the technology that has changed probably more than anything occurred in 1995 with the invention of the first cell phone. Quiz question number 2. How many of you have a cell phone with you right now? Let's see your hand. Yeah. Quiz question number 3. How many of you are texting on that phone right now? How many of you are telling the truth? Thank you. I had one person up there. That was my wife. What's next? And all these, as the changes take place, what's occurring next? I don't know. I couldn't predict the microwave oven, what's going to happen with that, so I haven't probably predicted the future, but I do know self-driving cars are on the very verge of occurring. I'm looking forward to that because I don't like driving. I like the idea of calling up and saying, come pick me up and take me here and bring me back home again. I'd like that. I think we have robots coming that will come into the house and they'll take care of all your housework. Good? Yeah. I can see farmers sitting in Arizona dialing up on their computer, telling their tractor to go out there and do all the harvest, do all the fields work for them, and then show up periodically to collect their check. Good? Yeah. I saw a sign that said, by the year 2047, which is within your lifetime, there will be a computer developed that will equal the human brain. I don't know what that's going to mean to us, but it's exciting. So we're looking at an exciting world. So come Monday, or tomorrow, we'll start moving out to new milestones in life. I don't have anything planned for my next milestone at this particular time other than gardening. And I'm sure you're going to plan more than that, I hope. But I do have a couple, I don't have any great words of wisdom for you, but I do have a couple things I'd like to tell you about that have worked well for me. So, some words of, maybe some wisdom. Find somebody to share your successes and your failures with in life. I was fortunate, I convinced a young lady almost 51 years ago, next month, that I was kind of a worthwhile candidate. And so she's been with me all these steps of the way, and I can actually say that she's been attributable to most of the successes I've had in life. I've managed to take care of the failures myself. I've done a good job with that. Secondly, set aside time for yourself and your family. As all these changes are taking place, it's really important that you take the time and step aside, determine what's important to you, what's necessary to you. Thirdly, maintain your values. Somehow we've got the idea that because we've got all this knowledge, that we're wiser than our parents or grandparents. And I guess I'm here to say that knowledge and wisdom do not equal each other. I know a lot more than my parents did, but I'm not sure I'm wiser than they are. My grandchildren know a lot more than I do. I know they're not wiser than I am. Always. And fourthly, fourthly, develop a relationship with a higher power. Knowledge is not the only answer. And so I did that when I was 12 years old, and it has given me a hope and assurance for my future. So in conclusion, the wish I have for each one of you is that when you reach the milestone that I'm reaching today, you can look back at your career and say, it was a great ride, and if I could, I'd do it all over again. Teaching has been great for me. Congratulations from the faculty and staff, and Godspeed.
I'd like to invite Helen Overborough, former Williston State College Dean of Academic and Student Affairs, to the stage for a special presentation.
Hello. It's truly an honor to be here to be part of this presentation to Neil Westergaard. We've already heard quite a bit about Neil as he was your faculty speaker, and his speech tells a lot about the kind of person he is. As was mentioned earlier, he did receive degrees from Minot State University and the University of North Dakota. He taught 16 years at the high school level in Rugby, Minot, and Drake. In 1989, Williston State College was fortunate to attract him to apply for a teaching position. And in his tenure at Williston, he taught geology, chemistry, but he's most noted for his teaching of anatomy and physiology. I continue to run into former students, primarily nurses, that ask if Neil's still teaching, and it's because of Neil that I made it through the nursing program. He was able to teach anatomy and physiology in such a way that they understood the systems, the functions, and everything fell into place with that understanding. Neil is also mentioned, they always say that he wanted us to learn. He continued to work with us and do whatever he could so that we would be successful. And then if they were successful in his class, they would be successful as they continue. Neil, thank you for your years at Williston State College, and I had the honor of working with him for my last 17 years when I was at Williston State College. Congratulations.
Neil, upon recommendation of your peers, I hereby confer on you the rank of Faculty Emeritus with all rights and responsibilities pertaining to that rank. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in recognizing our newest faculty emeritus, Neil Westergaard.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Michaela Whiteley, who brings greetings to today's graduates. Michaela is originally from Oklahoma, but moved to Watford City in 2012. Today, Michaela is graduating with an Associate in Arts. During her time at WSC, she was active in Crew, Phi Theta Kappa, and Student Senate. She will continue her education at Oklahoma Baptist University next year. She hopes to become a school counselor. Please welcome Michaela. Just breathe, right? I want to start off by thanking all of you for joining us here today as we celebrate our graduation from Williston State. We are pleased to celebrate this day with our family and friends, especially all of you that traveled to be here. I wish I had time to individually thank all of you that have played a part in my life. Some people just need one special person to get through life. Well, I need a small village. So thank you everyone who has chosen to play a part in that village. I want to thank my Campus Crusade group for getting me through college for the past 2 years. College can be so overwhelming and people can change, but without you, I would probably still be thinking that it's all about me, and it's not. Thank you to Carissa for always having a listening ear and a smiling face as I walk into the lounge. Did I mention I like to talk? You are a bright light on this campus, and I have no doubt that anyone who has a relationship with you during their time here will cherish it. I want to thank my family for listening to me complain, listening to my speeches, and grading all my papers. Dad, I know I get mad with your red pen, but it has got me several A's. I also want to thank all my instructors. I can't explain to you today how much your investment in me has been to me. A good example of how far instructors here are willing to go would be my first semester in college algebra. As many of you know, math is not my thing, and I was struggling to understand a concept in the math lab. I spent a lot of time in that math lab. I was working some problems with Miss Meyer, or as we all well know, Wanda, and she said to me, "Here's my number, go home this weekend and work on a few problems. Better yet, FaceTime me if you get stuck, and I'll walk you through it." I don't know about you guys, but I do not know many educators, especially at the collegiate level, that are willing to go that far just to make sure I get a good grade on my upcoming math test. Lastly, I'd like to thank Kim Wiseman. Although I'm still pretty bitter that I did not get an A on any speech the whole semester in her speech class, and I am very grateful that you are not grading this one. You have taught me more than any other educator, and there are very few educators that I have more respect for than you. Thank you for all that you have taught me in life and in the classroom. So, the rest of my speech. I thought a long time about what I was going to talk to you guys about today, and finally I decided what would I want to hear if I was in the audience. I decided I'd want something short and motivating, and as you guys can probably already tell, it's not going to be short. So I hope I motivate you. There are a lot of people that doubt the ability of our generation. Some even say that we are the worst generation to enter the workforce in our nation's history. That's not very flattering at all, but there are times that I think it is true. We have the world of information at our fingertips, yet we still use shortcuts at any chance we get, and often use Wikipedia for every assignment. We need safe places and time off from school when our political candidates don't win. Our most precious possession is often our cell phone. All of our foundation seems to come from Facebook or who shared what. We live in a world where we know someone simply because they are a faithful person to like all of our photos or like our post, but we've never actually had a conversation with them. We are used to instant gratification, and we throw a fit when we're not instantly gratified. And if you don't believe me, just watch our reaction when the Wi-Fi is slow. We live in a world where social media has taken over. Yet, through social media, we can say hurtful things to each other that we'd never have the nerve to say otherwise. This past fall, Eva Kor came and told us the horrors that she endured as a child during the Holocaust. I sat right there in those green seats that you all are sitting in today, with tears running down my face because for the life of me, I could not figure out why someone would be so hateful to people for no apparent reason. Sometimes I feel that exact way about social media. Why are we so comfortable with saying hateful things because someone believes differently or supports a different political position than we do? So what do? How do we make it stop? Or how do we even make a difference in a world where we have such a small voice? My answer to those questions are rooted in Professor Stenberg's World War I history class. Anyone who has taken his World War history class in room 114, or perhaps sat in the back 2 rows of 116, or the room above, have probably heard the war strategy: the best defense is a good offense. To defend ourselves from the onslaught of hate, we must go on the offensive in our world. In the Holy Bible, in the book of James, in the very first chapter, he tells us, refuse to let the world corrupt you. We must remind ourselves that it's our responsibility to take on this form of hate and corruption and realize that it is corrupting our society. We need to play an active role as our generation and refuse to let this world corrupt us and let hate corrupt the world around us. We must stop criticizing the world when it doesn't cater to us. Instead, we need to embrace the opportunities that the world has provided with us. We must be mindful that we are not entitled to anything simply because of who we are. It is not society's responsibility to make sure that we succeed. It is our own. We cannot forget that. We will face things in life that we didn't ask for. We will face adversity, but it is not those decisions that define us. It is us as individuals and how we embrace those difficulties that define us as individuals and as a generation. Daily, we must make a counterattack of the hate that surrounds us and be kind to others. These efforts will better define us as we rise to the challenge set before us. We will prove to generations old and new what we are truly capable of. If we do that, if we learn to be kind to one another, if we stand by each other and refuse to let hate and technology take over us, our generation will be remembered for something remarkable more than it is today. I firmly believe that we still live in the greatest country in this world, a country where men and women die daily for us to get to choose the life that we want to live. Honor their ongoing sacrifice and kindness by choosing to live a life that is kind to others, that is accepting of others' kindness. Since day one, we were told that Williston State College is the place where people make the difference. Now, class of 2017, it is your choice. Are you going to choose to make a difference, or are you just going to pass by and let the world corrupt you? Thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. It is now my pleasure to introduce Paul Jacobson, who will bring greetings to today's graduates. Paul is originally from Williston. Before returning to college, he was working in the oil and gas industry. He said it was because of that experience and because of knowing some of the professors at WSC that he decided to continue his education. He decided to stay at WSC and finish his degrees because of the relationships he formed with his professors. Paul is graduating today with an Associate in Arts and an Associate in Science degree. He plans to pursue a bachelor's degree, and I think he finally decided on engineering. Please welcome Paul.
All right. So, Williston State College, where the people make the difference. When I first heard the slogan for our school, I thought it was cliche and maybe a little bit cheesy. It sounded something like Nike, just do it, or you're in good hands with Allstate. I didn't have a true grasp of what was meant by the motto, but now I do. I hope by the end of my speech that all of you will have a better understanding of it as well. One of the main reasons why I returned to school was because of the chemistry professor, Derek Vandermolen. I'm a member of the local Texas Hold'em Club, and Derek runs that. One night, in between hands, we had a conversation about college, and he got really excited that I was considering going back. It was the passion that I saw in him that helped me make the decision to leave the oil industry and further my education. Thank you, Derek. I wouldn't be here without you. I found out rather quickly that Derek wasn't the only one with an abundance of passion. Every single teacher here at WSC cares about their students. They care about their students' well-being, dreams, and desire to learn. Whatever your goal is, they will drag you over any academic hurdle that stands in between you and your dreams. Some of the teachers here go as far as being on call for their students, accepting late-night text messages to solve complex math problems. Thank you, Ms. Davis. But real life is not built off of a desire or a dream. It's built by connecting those things to the world around us, making the dreams tangible and the desire a pathway to success. The teachers here help do that as well, and they tend to get a bad rap for making us face those realities. They assign homework, all of which is relevant to the subject being taught. They set strict deadlines, preparing us for the deadlines we will face in the future, and they're fully prepared to fail each, making you aware of what needs work. All of this is designed for us, the students of Williston State College, to create a better future, to improve our community, and to make our passions come into existence. The best example of these things can be found in Kim Wiseman's public speaking class. Almost all of us graduating know how strict her deadlines are. If you ask her about her policy, she will respond with something along the lines of, "That's how the real world works." Yet, if you put in the time and take on the responsibilities of her class, she will help you to the very end of any path that you are on. She isn't teaching you for the grade, she's preparing you for the future in the real world. What I've just told you is a sample of my observations at WSC. If I went into full detail on every single positive thing about this institution, we'd be here for slightly more than 2 years, most likely 3. If you are a parent wondering about the education of your son or daughter, I assure you that they have received the highest quality learning experience possible. If you are considering attending this school in the future, I encourage you to sign up for classes. If you want to pursue your dreams, our college will help lay the foundation for your future. This is Williston State College. This is where the people make the difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Today we are pleased to be joined by a representative from the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education, Ms. Kathleen Nessett. Ms. Nessett is president of Nessett Consulting Service. She received a BA in geology from Brown University and subsequently worked in the oil and gas industry in Michigan, Texas, and Wyoming. In 1979, she moved to North Dakota pursuing work as an independent petroleum geologist. She's owner of Nessett Farms and has formerly worked as a Tioga High School science teacher, board member, and a substitute business manager at Tioga High School. She currently manages well site geology and mud-laden crews throughout the Bakken and Northern Rockies region. Kathleen Nessett.
Well, good morning. And welcome, everybody. President Miller, faculty, staff, family and friends, and most importantly, to our graduates, the Williston State College class of 2017. That sounds good, doesn't it? On behalf of the State Board of Higher Education, I bring congratulations on your graduation. This is a special day, and I will tell you, I am absolutely thrilled to see every one of you here celebrating this day. Family and friends, thank you for helping to fill this well. Life is tough. Today is a special day. Take the time to enjoy it. Take the time with your loved ones, graduates, and enjoy this day. This is special for me too. As a member of the State Board of Higher Education, I get to choose where I can come and join you for graduation, and I choose Williston State College. This is a fabulous place. What a special accomplishment you have done. And part of that, I am going to look to and thank the representatives of the Williston State College Foundation who are with us today. Terry Olson, our Executive Director, Pete Versap, President of the Board, the families and the individuals who contributed to this foundation to allow most of you graduates to enjoy a scholarship is absolutely fabulous. There is none other in the state of North Dakota. There are few across this nation. Enjoy it. And when you get a chance to turn around and give a hand to that next person in line as you go through life, do so. Help the next person. That is very important. Some of your degrees are going to take you into the workforce. That is fabulous. And to some of you, it's a step to further education. That is the beauty of Williston State College. You can do whatever you want with your degree. So once again, on behalf of the State Board of Higher Education, congratulations and thank you so much for putting your trust in Williston State College and our university system. Thank you.
John Cole is a veteran sports anchor of KUMB-TV for the past 35 years. He's been voted by his colleagues as the North Dakota Sportscaster of the Year in 1983, 1998, 2003, 2006, and again in 2007. Cole is a 1976 graduate of Dighton-Rehoboth Regional High School in Rehoboth, Massachusetts, and an honor graduate of C.W. Post College in Greenville, New York, with a BA in Communication. In May of 1995, he received a Distinguished Service Award from the Williston Education Association. In June 2001, he was named the winner of the Award for Merit from the North Dakota Association. In January of 2005, he was named the winner of the Western Star Award given by the City of Williston. The award is given to a resident for past achievements, honors, and awards. Most recently, in February of 2015, he was voted in the North Dakota Associated Press Sportscasters and Sports Writers Hall of Fame. In December of 2016, the new gymnasium at Williston High School was given the name John Cole Gymnasium to honor him with the impact that he's made to this community. John Cole has been a staple to this community. He will continue to make an impact, especially on student athletes within the region. Please help me welcome John Cole.
Caitlin, thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm so proud to be here. I come to this grand event every year, and I try to hide. I sit up there. And this year, I got a much better seat. So thank you very much, and thank you to the community in Williston State for asking me to come and speak. I love this day because it's a celebration of excellence. And some of you I know from covering you through athletics, and I beam with pride when I see you walk across, get that degree. I know how hard you work. I know the job that you do in the classroom and the practices, so I'm very, very, very proud of you. Well, this is my story. This is John Cole's story. I grew up 60 miles south of Boston in what I believe to be the greatest sports city in America, Boston. I was a kid who played sports, baseball, football, basketball, hockey, loving them all. But somehow, some way, the Red Sox missed me. They did not sign me. They signed Wade Boggs instead. So at that point, I had to say, how can you stay in sports and be involved in sports? And I decided that I wanted to be a sportscaster. So dating back to junior high, when I went on the morning announcements, wrote down the sports, that's what I wanted to do. Graduated from high school, as Kaylin said, graduated from CW Post. Went there, got a BA in communications. I tried to spend as much time as I could in our college radio station. It's an NCAA Division II school. Did the Pioneer football and basketball games, sports anchors. When I wasn't in class, I was trying to work on my game because I knew that's what I wanted to do. Like this place, it was a tremendous institution and I got a lot of practical experience. I flew all over the country doing games because in the New York market, colleges do not get on commercial TV and radio stations, so it's a great opportunity for college students to do those things. So what you do when you pursue a career in communications is that your senior year rolls around and you send out tapes and resumes, and that's exactly what I did. And my roommate, a man by the name of Robert Whitbeck, who was staying in school a year longer to get his master's degree, saw the places where I was sending out tapes and said, "Cole, you'll get hired in Bismarck, North Dakota." So, a couple of months go by, and I get a phone call from the news director of the CBS affiliate in Bismarck, North Dakota. And he informs me that they're going to hire you, John Cole. The dream has come true. I've worked hard, 22 years old. I'm the only kid in my graduating class that has an on-air post. I'm fired up, I'm ready to go. This is wonderful. Well, the next day rolls around. My mom is doing my clothes. I'm upstairs packing, and I get a phone call from the general manager of the station, asking me, "Mr. Cole, did Bob Sherwood, the news director, hire you?" And I look at the phone and I go, "What? What are you talking about?" "Yes, he hired me." "Well, we're going to go in a different direction. Bob Sherwood should not have hired you. You're a kid from the East Coast. You're not going to be very happy. You're not going to stay." So I end up not getting the job. No signed contract yet. I could have sued him, but I was just a young kid who wants to make trouble when you're trying to, get into this field. So I was crushed, did not feel good at all, terrible, why me? My parents were trying to explain to me, well, this happens in life, you just got to deal with it. But I wasn't too happy. I told all my college friends, people who loved me, and it was not a happy situation. So, in the interim, if I don't lose this, I hang in there, do the best I can. Have some part-time jobs at radio stations. I did the overnight shift, taking phone calls from people, basically the type of a shift that they give to young people. They don't have to pay a lot to, and I wasn't full-time, and they kept on promising me a full-time job. So, my twin brother, a very talented investigative reporter, had started his career in Maryland at a bureau. He came back and said, why don't you jump on a bus and go station to station and do it that way? So that's exactly what I did. Following the Red Sox, they would always play the Minnesota Twins and the Milwaukee Brewers, and the announcers would talk about the great people. You'd see cows eating grass in the background. Oh, this is a great place to live. So I figured, you know what? I think this might be the fit for me. Good people who work hard. So I went to something called the library, and I did a lot of research on television stations throughout the upper Midwest. I made what's known as cold calls. My trip began in Providence, Rhode Island. I bought a Sea America Greyhound pass. I could travel the country for 30 days on this bus. So that's what I did. I had tapes and resumes with me, one good suit, and off we went. And I would stay in cheap hotels and went from there. My journey began in Minnesota. Went all through that state, had an audition in Duluth. People were very nice to me. They said, hey, this kid's got guts. He's trying to go door to door. We'll see what happens. Went all through North Dakota, Minot, Bismarck, ran into Williston. This was the second oil boom. They were very nice to me. I thought I would have a good shot at getting hired. They were very, very nice to me. So I continued my trip, made it as far as Salt Lake City, came back home. I was there 2 days, and I got a phone call from a woman by the name of Sue Dwight, I'll never forget her, news director, saying, hey, we want to hire you. So off I came. Kid from Massachusetts, 22 years old, North Dakota, knew one person. The person who hired me. It was a great journey, met a lot of good people. I was doing exactly what I wanted to do. Interviewing my friend Terry Olson and Hunter Bird. I met great people, and people noticed. In 1983, I got a phone call from the gentleman up there who we've named the press box after, Lee Halverson, telling me that I had won Sportscaster of the Year. We were finalists. Tremendous honor for a kid who got hired off of a bus. So, as Kaylin said, able to win it in 83, 89, 02, 07, and 06. A wonderful situation, great people. Got the ultimate honor back a couple of years ago when I found out that I was voted into the Hall of Fame. Broke down, my friend Lynn Halverson said, you'll start crying when you hear about it, and I did. To be in the Sportscasters and Sports Writers Hall of Fame in Jamestown, your pictures on the wall with people like Darren Erstad, Lee Halverson, Phil Jackson, Virgil Hill, who I covered, unbelievable, a tremendous honor. And then last year, November, Tate Simbalek, City Commissioner, came by and he had a big smile on his face, our station. I said, Tater, what are you doing here? You know, did you just sell an oil guy $1 million home? He said, no, I'm dressed up because the school board has decided to name the new gym after you. Unbelievable, was a photographer from the Williston Herald there, took my picture, that wasn't staged. So my message to you is that 23-year-old kid who bought a See America Greyhound pass, who didn't know anybody, became a 5-time North Dakota Sportscaster of the Year, became a Hall of Famer, and if I drop dead tomorrow, there's a gym named after me. So what you have to remember is, if I can keep this crazy hat on, to give it your best, give it your all. That's what I wanted to do. It was the only thing that I wanted to do. I wanted it more than most folks. College coaches like Terry Olson and Hunter Berg will tell you that rebounding is who wants it? Who wants the ball? It's the same thing in life. Who wants it? Do you want to be successful? Very few people get things given to them, particularly in broadcasting. You have to go out and you have to earn it. And that's what life is about. Now, I had many, many college friends in New York who would say to me, Cole, I don't have the guts that you do. I couldn't pick up my life and just move to a place. But that's what life is about. It's about new challenges. It's about adventure. Look at me. I mean, my goodness. I have a gym named after me. All because I worked hard and I was in a very good situation. So that's what you have to develop as well. You have to want the situation. You have to want success badly. Now, most likely, you're not going to jump on a Greyhound bus to have your success. But who knows? That's the great adventure of life. Don't want to sit up here and talk all night, but here's some quick notes from hopefully someone who you think is a pal, John Cole. First of all, day one, you have to read. Read something called a newspaper. If you have to read it off your phone, that's fine. Books, just be informed. Know what the heck is going on in the world. I'm embarrassed to say that a lot of people who I've worked with over the years, they're not well read. You have to be well read. As the gentleman pointed out here, our world is changing so quickly. You have to try to stay on top of things. When you start a new job, when you have that new venture, pick a mentor. Pick somebody you trust, somebody you can learn from, someone who can always help you get better. You always want to get better in everything that you do. Whatever job you do, you can learn from that job. It might be a boring job, it might be just the entry-level job that you don't think is that fun, but once you get in the door, that's the key. Now, I've been doing this for 35 years, and I've seen a lot of successful people come through this place, successful businessmen, lawyers, doctors, cancer researchers. Trust me, the kids in this region do very, very, very well. And I know you're all going to be successful. And there's nothing wrong with being successful and making a lot of money. But I ask that you give back. I ask that you give back when Hunter Berg or Terry Olson calls you representing the foundation, that you give back. I ask you that different groups that you're involved in, that you give back to them. Be that youth baseball coach, be that youth softball coach that helps out, that helps people. Because that's how we make it in this crazy world. We make it by coming together and working together. This is a very, very special place. You're very lucky to have come through here, to have the professors that care about you, and for some of you to be able to go to school for free. Trust me, that doesn't happen all over. So my message is to give it your best, be a good person, and please try to come together. That's my story. That's John Cole's story. So now you have to make your story. Good luck to the Tetons, and go get it.
We're pleased today to have Valerie Fisher, Director for Adult Education in the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction, with us for some comments for our GED graduates and our graduates in general. Valerie?
Thank you, Dr. Miller, staff, family, friends, and graduates. Congratulations. You've worked hard to get to this day, this celebration. In the days to follow, you're going to hear many sincere well wishes, congratulations, and accomplishments and acknowledgments of the accomplishments that you're here to celebrate today. What I wish for you is also meant with the greatest of sincerity and respect. But rather than wish you success, I hope on occasion you fail. I actually hope that your road is not always an easy walk. For life's challenges will offer the very best of lessons. The easy days ahead of you will be very easy. It's the hard days, those days that will challenge you to your very core, that will determine who you are. You cannot let a fear of failure, a fear of comparison, or a fear of judgment stop you from what is going to make you great. You cannot succeed without the risk of failure. You cannot have a voice without the risk of criticism. You must take these risks even if you fail. People will tell you to do what makes you happy. Don't just do what will make you happy. I think you should do what will make you great. Do what is uncomfortable, scary, and sometimes hard. It will always pay off in the long run. Let yourself fail. Fail big. Pick yourself up. Fail again. Because without the struggle of failure, what is your success about anyway? You don't have to be fearless. Just never let fear stop you. And in that process, you will figure out who you really are, and you will then be able to become the very best version of yourself. So seek the bumpy road, expect to fail, make the mistakes that teach you the very best lessons. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. The grace after you fall, after you fail, will help you find your way back into the world. Do this as best you can, and I guarantee that you will look back on a life very well lived. Congratulations to all of you.
We've now come to the moment that you've all worked so hard for. The moment that each of you will shine before your family, friends, faculty, and administration. I'll now ask Maren Persett and Amanda Pigazic to come forward to announce the names of all of our graduates.
Dr. Miller, it is my distinct pleasure to present to you our 2017 candidates for degrees. Will the Associate in Arts and Associate in Science degree candidates please come forward? These students have completed requirements for an associate's degree while completing a curriculum preparing them for transfer to a baccalaureate program. Courtney Adams. Taylor Bloxam. Carly Boker. Catherine Brambley. Colton Brown. Ida Byman. Jessa Conlin. Sabrina Carter. Rachel Dobney. Joshua Davis. Brooke Doyle. Taylor Ellsburn. Brianne Eno. Tabitha Ephraim. Sherry Erdman. Grace Erickson. Caitlin Estrada. Brenna Farrell. Sarah Fetzer. Tiffany Flory. Summer Frederick. Morgan Gonzalez. Cheyenne Collum. Katie Hatter. Caitlin Heipel. Brianna Holland. McKenna Hudson. Paul Jacobson. Madison Jager. Oli Janssen. Evan Johnson. Austin Jones. Kaylee Jones. Rhiannon Kint. Lacey Knutson. David Krejci. Elio LaFavor. Danielle Layton. Shayna Lord. Brenna Luck. Cassidy McCumsey. Hannah McKenzie. Tyler McMinn. Colton McNabb. Crystal Melligan. Austin Moser. Desiree Norby. Stephanie Olson. Ezekiel Para. Elizabeth Raby. Maddie Reno. Susan Reddicup. Sierra Rissinger. Lexi Grumpel. Darian Santangelo. Jacob Schabo. Montana Schneider. Pollyann Schneiderhan Boland. Jamie Schad. Chelsea Shelton. Andrew Schiffer. Samuel Sierney. Emily Stewart. Michaela Whiteley. Alyssa Wiedrick. Jesse Zuroff.
Will the candidates for the Associate in Applied Science Diploma and Program Certificate please come forward? These students have completed program requirements in specific career and technical fields. Happy Kickoffs. Janet Lautenschlager. Walada Sathan. Amy Wyrock. Ashley Baldwin. Jennifer Boffey. Cody Broadhead. Cheyenne Bumpus. Leanne K. Carwin. Angela R. Decker. Tara Erickson. Jamie Feeler. Seamus Klug. Isla Matson.
London Peterson. Samantha Pastovic. Quinn Robert Sagasser. Amanda Sargent. Madison Wilkie. Blake Zabinski. Michael Hughes. Paul Cease. Lauren Bellajon. Nathina Brunel. Mindy Cobbler. Dale Carter. Jamie Horo. Matthew Nickerson. Billy Bingham. Natalie Bogan. Leslie Carol Holt. Cambia Lance Casafi. Courtney Christensen Annabelle. Bobby Joe Dean. Rebecca Fladland. Bianca Furtick. Shanda Harstead. Autumn Hovey. Courtney Hunter. Katrina Caracas. Abigail Knudsen. Tammy Larson. Ashley Matthews. Angela Matson. Stephanie McCory. Amanda Nicholson. Juliet Osen.
Robinholt. Vanessa Rodriguez Scott. Caitlin Sherlock. Christina Whiteford. Alex Wold. Apolia Cup. Rucha Piaggio. David Kwasinski. Israel Udoka. Charles Wency Villanueva. Emily Logan. Austin Art. Dylan Brunel. Colton Hansen. Asia Johnson. Drexler Schmitz. Tyler Thompson. Brett Winston. Chase Ackness. Cody Rossman. Seth Zimmerman. Brittany Ann Ahmed. Hannah Copeland. Gabrielle Monet. Witness. Caitlin Kukuk. Jade Bernice Basilan Makasait. Tina Plunk. Abigail Setba. Crystal Snow. Trevor White. Will the candidates for the general education degrees please come forward? These students have completed the requirements set by the North Dakota Department of Public Instruction and are receiving the State of North Dakota GED High School Diploma. Mariam Badwan. Chloe Black. Trey Davis. Demond Evans. Jamie Langseth. Lindsay Potter. Katarina Ross. Megan Thompson. Abraham Torres. Christopher Wiley. Dr. Miller, this concludes our presentation of degree candidates. They now await your confirmation.
I'd like to invite Hunter Bird to the stage, please, for a few comments from the alumni and boosters.
Thank you, Dr. Miller. On a very serious day, we are very seriously proud to welcome all of you graduates to the family of the Williston State College alumni. We have over 10,000 alumni spread out all around the world doing amazing things. And we look forward to hearing from you about what you're doing to make the world a better place. Please keep in touch. So on this day, enjoy it. Be proud. We say congratulations, good luck, and again, welcome to the Williston State College Alumni Association. Good luck.
Following the conclusion of our ceremony, you are all invited to attend a reception that will be held up in the lobby. We ask that the audience please remain seated until the stage party, faculty, and students have recessed, and then at which time graduation is concluded and you're free to join your family and friends. Will the graduates please stand for the confirmation of degrees, diplomas, and certificates? Upon the recommendation of the faculty of Williston State College and by the authority of the North Dakota State Board of Higher Education, I confer upon each of you the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, and certificates which you have earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Graduates, you may turn your tassels.